Hi everybody, and welcome to Jane Morton on Spiritual Psychic TV, filming live from YouTube. First time ever for me, because we're normally on Facebook. I am a psychic counsellor, tarot reader, medium, healer, you name it, I do it. Aromatherapist, holistic therapist, and I've been hosting a show with SPTV now since April this year. So this is all new to me, being on YouTube. So I hope you're all on and sharing. Please bear with us if I make any mistakes, because I feel like I'm on a different totally TV channel today. Anyway, if there's any, if you want to like and share my page on Facebook, please do. You'll see my actual Facebook business page coming up. And today we'll be offering advice if anyone wants to ask any questions, spiritual questions, psychic counselling's a mixture of counselling with spiritual awareness. I've got a diploma in it. I trained to do counselling over 20 odd years ago as well, so I did that in the counselling skills area. So it's a mixture of a bit of both, and obviously readings come in, and I do use my John Holland Oracle cards. So we'll be working with them today. If anyone asks a question, I'll give them a little card reading at the end. So yeah, so this is the maddest thing for me. I've watched YouTube and done a few meditations on it, but I've never actually live streamed from it. So I'm totally trusting Mr. Producer today, because it's so weird. And please do go over and look at our page and get sharing on YouTube. If you want to become a patron of SPTV, please do that as well. It's a very small amount, and it all helps because this is all voluntary. So yeah, it's weird because I'm used to seeing comments and people saying hello and little emojis coming up on Facebook, but obviously life is different here. Hello, lovely Liz. That's something else that's different here as well. We all have different names on YouTube to our Facebook page, so it takes a bit of getting used to. Loving your design there, Liz. So yeah, and thanks for that. My only viewer, Liz. Get me back on Facebook now. I'm only joking. If Facebook want to block us and play up, that's up to them, innit? We'll carry on YouTube. We just need to get everyone sharing and knowing that that's where we are now. I've just shared to all my Facebook groups, so hopefully we'll get there in the end. So yeah, so today is all about asking me questions, but I need people to watch me to do that, and I need people to watch me and ask questions to me to do a reading. Otherwise I'll be talking randomly to myself. I know you're here, Liz. Go and find a few thousand other people for me. So that, yes, it's my fashion label. So I can get some more people on watching. Now I know when I watch Bex do the stream on Saturday how hard it is, because it's like you're rambling to nothing. And I'm normally used to seeing different things, and Richard in my ear. Can you still talk to me in my ear, Richard? Well, just so I don't feel totally alone sitting on YouTube. So when everyone plays it back, they go, oh, one like, one follow. But yeah, I can't believe it's just Liz watching me. It's a shame, isn't it? So with the others, I've watched a few of them, so I've seen how hard it's been to sort of keep the flow going on YouTube, because we are so used to seeing comments going out, even if we don't get to see everybody's. And we are so used to seeing our lovely little love heart emojis and Care Bear ones, so which makes us feel loved and everything. But so as Liz, you're the only one at the moment. Hopefully there's others sneaking around. Do you want to ask me something? And I'm loving that design. So did you draw it yourself with your business card over the top? Ask away, Liz. I'll give you a reading. I've done mine. Liz, have you left me? Why? No, Liz, I said. I said, Liz, my only viewer, she's left me. Ask me a question, Liz, or just talk to me in general about my day. I did promise on my last show that I would film live in the studio, but as weather was horrible, me and Richard had a chat. We decided I wasn't going to face getting out yet and trying to climb them stairs with me swimmer frame and everything else. And also, it makes no difference because if no one from Facebook's watching me, they just can't remember, so they won't know I've not filmed from the studio again. I'm back indoors. I've just shared to people. Thanks, Liz. This is bizarre. This is now I know when people go on YouTube and do this, why it must seem weird, because you're just rambling away and then you just come off again. My son, my youngest son, absolutely loves YouTube, watches loads of car videos, and because he's well into his flashy supercars, and he's obsessed with it and follows loads of YouTubers that make absolute thousands and thousands. So don't think I'm going to be doing that today. Don't think we're going to be doing that on SPTV today, eh, Richard? Well, I don't know. Let's be optimistic. That's what we're here for, to get it out there. But yeah, it's weird because I've never really followed anyone on YouTube. I've watched the odd meditation and watched the odd video someone shared me, but I certainly haven't seen a proper live or been and done one. So this is all quite new to me. Don't know what happened then, Liz said. So even Liz left us. My true top fan, she left me. What can we do? How can we keep sharing? How can we get it across? Yes, I did, was my answer. That's lovely. I'll give you a reading, Liz. Yeah, why not? I feel quite alone and unloved. Oh, well, here we go. And I tried to share it on my Facebook page before we went live. Oh, Liz. Oh, crystal eyes. Good morning. I've got harmony, Liz, for you. Number 6, Richard, if you're still putting that. I don't know if you're still doing that on here as well. Can you send me healing for my left arm, Jane? Well, harmony says it all. Look, she's touching hands. Yeah, she's touching his hand. Have you got that, Richard? Can't. Got the East green tops highlighting the healing colour. So they're healing definitely. Okay, so harmony is giving you that healing. And what's going on with your left arm? Because I feel that pain when I'm with everything I've been going through at the moment. Yes, I did. I haven't had that. I'm actually doing healing later on today and tomorrow. So I've been doing it online since obviously COVID kicked in. It was a little bit hard to do it face to face. And I've still been doing it online since I broke my leg. So yes, anyone that is out there watching, I broke my leg and I am still trying to keep going despite the pain. Hello, my lovely Lisa. So yeah, healing is my favourite. If I was truthful, I like doing my psychic counselling, and I love people coming to see me for that, because obviously that can get quite, I feel that I'm helping more doing that than the basic tarot. But I've always loved my healing. My healing definitely is where I'm much more comfortable with. So I will send you lots of healing, and I will put you on my list as well, Liz, for healing for your arm. So I hope it gets better. If you're anything like me, these damp days do not help at all as the weather starts changing and getting a little bit colder as well. So that harmony card is definitely on point for you if you need healing. But you know yourself, because you practice lots of stuff yourself, you still need to be good to yourself and look after yourself. So lots of self-healing as well. But I will send that to you as well, and I will put you on my list when I'm doing my little list of healing. So I hope that feels better soon, because if I keep working on that when I'm doing it, that might go away for you. And it is a lovely card. I love my John Holland pack, the Psychic Oracle deck. I just love it. They're vibrant. All the cards are vibrant and really colourful, and I just love using them. And I do use them a little bit in tarot at the end, just to sort of close my seatings down. But I really do love using them in my psychic counselling, because it is the psychic deck, so it works better for me. And my psychic counselling is different anyway. We don't use a lot of cards. I fell out of bed one morning in lockdown. Oh my God, Liz, you've been suffering all this time with no help. That's my worst fear at the moment. I nearly fell out last night on the wrong side where my leg was, and I thought if I fell back on that, I think I'd scream. So I'm definitely, I don't know how I managed it. I'm in a double bed on my own, so king size actually, but I must have fidgeted in the night. But yeah, you look after yourself and make sure you're getting some extra help with that as well. But I'll keep that healing going. So Lisa, I see you pop up. Did you want to say hello to me and ask me anything? Because this is really bizarre as you've just come in. YouTube is just so mad. I like the community on Facebook, and I think that's probably what we've all thought. But if Facebook don't want us on there no more, we've got to try new ways, and we've got to get around it. So this is trial and error for me, and practice makes perfect. But I would like a few more viewers. So, okay. Hi, Crystal, and obviously I know Lisa. So we're both healers together. Crystal, do you want to ask me a question? Do you want me to give you a little card? Let me know what you think. Normally, people, thank you, sweetie. You're welcome, Liz. You're welcome. Normally, I'm so used to all these comments coming up and people, and we're trying to cycle through and pick somebody that needs help. It took me ages to get on it. Lisa, you're apparently there's a spelling mistake, Lisa. So it's a bit hit and miss at the moment, and it's trying to change. We're trying to change it on YouTube, but it's not changing straight away. So yeah, sorry. I mean, I struggled last week trying to get on it to watch the others on the show. So even for me, and my name come up different because it was attached to my actual credentials, I suppose, my iPad. It brought up my official married name, which I don't use if I can help. No offense against the ex, but it's not a name I want to be associated with. But obviously I work under my maiden name. So when it came up with my married name, I thought, oh, they don't even know who I am. They're thinking, who's this talking? It's not even, we don't know her. So yeah. But Lisa, let me know if you want to know anything. Or Crystal. Right, Crystal. Oh, yes, please. Would love to know what I need to focus on right here and right now. Thank you. Well, I think we all. Okay, let me know, Crystal Eyes. Is your real name Hayley? Mr. Producer thinks it is. And would you prefer me to address you by Hayley? Obviously, it's a cute name, Crystal Eyes, but I don't want to be calling you that if it's not relevant. I've just picked for you chakra number 2. Lisa laughing at me. Stop laughing at me, Lisa. This is my first time on YouTube. I'm a newbie. So I've just picked that for you, Hayley, stroke Crystal. We'll wait till you come back and let us know. And you're saying stuff to focus on. Well, if you know anything about chakras and balancing ourselves, our sacral chakra, I can't get the words out today, sits just below our belly button, and it's where we hold a lot of our emotions and where we feel a lot of our sensitivity. And also it's our sexual croquet blanket skin. I can't see that. Hi, you anyway. Yeah, it's where we hold. I can only see croquet blanket skinned. Not Hayley, no, she said, Richard. So you got that. I'm going to call you Crystal then, because that's the only name I can go with. I'm not going to call you Eyes because that's not really. Oh, he's playing with my screen now. It's getting even better on here. But yeah, Crystal. Yes, that's fine. Thank you, Mr. Producer. So Crystal, yes, very familiar with the chakras, right? So you know all about it. So you know what goes on with the obviously the orange one, and it sits where it sits, and you know what it means. And right, Liz has just said Lorraine, so I'm thinking, is that her real name? So if you're not focusing very much at the moment, I would say at the moment there's some sensitivity stuff going on, a little bit of emotion maybe going on, and it's throwing you off kilter. Maybe do some work on your chakras, get back in line, a simple meditation maybe to get that back in, or just sort of you'll probably know the root of the problem anyway, and it's feeling quite personal. So I would say deal with, try and deal with it a bit, strip it back and start back with how you've got in that state, because we all get emotional and we all have, I mean, none of us are perfect there. We are humans after all. She's saying keep guessing, Mr. P. He said he can't be bothered. He can't be bothered, and I'm still upset. My viewers, I've lost all my viewers from Facebook. Yeah, so I would say find out which what's going on and see how you can deal with it. bit by bit. I always tell people when they come to see me if there's an issue going on, strip it back and deal with it in a gradual way, because sometimes we overcomplicate and over escalate something. And yes, some emotional things obviously do knock us off balance and are upsetting. But if we try and sit back and work out how to deal with it, sometimes it doesn't feel as bad as it is, and sometimes we actually accept it was something that needed to be sorted and to move away from, especially if it's a person, because it's quite a negative situation. So if you're struggling on focusing at the moment, I'd find out what that emotional imbalance is that's setting you off. I'm also getting a bit of tummy discomfort, so something tells me as well, whatever it is affecting you that way. And we all know that any emotional stuff can upset our tummies as well. So just bear that in mind. If there's a particular business venture as well that you're trying to focus on, again, just go back to basics. Sometimes people overthink and overcomplicate things, and sometimes jump too far forward and see it when it's finished and completed, but realise we have to go back and build gradually. I think it's letting go of ancestral baggage and finding me, that baggage is definitely hanging around your stomach area at the moment with that emotional thing. I did say it was personal, and obviously ancestrals are just as personal. They can, people can come back from our previous lives and carry on irritating us in this life, and sometimes we continue making mistakes from our own previous lives that we're not aware of because we didn't learn that lesson. So I would say possibly some healing for you, and if not, regression to find out what past life it was that's holding back, because it's quite fascinating. She said it's not Hayley. She said keep guessing. You're still trying to find your name out, and I'm trying to do your personal reading. He's just go, mister. Right, I'm just crossing my broken leg over. It's not even broken now, it's just my knee won't work with my leg. Yeah, I would say a bit of regression. I felt a bit blocked recently. What do I need to be doing to clear? Again, Lisa, I think we're all struggling at the moment. Yes, I worked with a little tummy discomfort last night. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I don't want to be too personal, because if no one's watching me at the moment, they might watch me later on. I could end up with 1 million viewers down the line. Probably not, but 10 years down the line, someone might look back and read and watch it. So I didn't want to be too personal, but I am feeling a little bit of discomfort. And again, if you've noticed it's something from a previous life, that in itself can still bring on symptoms in the current life. In one past life, I was poisoned, so that will now be stomach, castrated and hung. Oh, sounds like you've had the same sort of past lives of me. This life, I mean, I can't say it's been bad. My life has been very up and down, and I've certainly been on a roller coaster, but I've learnt lots of good things from it, and I've had lots of good experiences despite the bad experiences. And the one thing I learnt when I went back and had a soul realignment, which is similar to regression, but you're not actually on the bed, or it's done in a different way. And I was so shocked at some of the things from past life that I still was doing in this life, because I hadn't learned to let go subconsciously, whatever. And obviously your karmic stuff comes with you as well. So if you were castrated and poisoned, no wonder you're feeling a little bit just sort of out of focus at the moment. I would say you're aware of it, so you've obviously done regression, if you know that. So which one is at the moment that's affecting your day-to-day at the moment? Because something in your day-to-day at the moment is clearly affecting, is coming back from a past life. So that's what you need to focus on. Lisa, my relationship with my eldest daughter is not good at the moment. Can you give me some guidance, please? Oh, Lisa, I'm sorry to hear that. But we all have our moments with our children, don't we? Then we can't. Once you're a mum, you're a mum. Parenting is not. It's the hardest job in the world. I've always said that. And they think we know it all, but we do, because we've been there and done it and worn the t-shirt. But let me see what I can pick for you, Lisa. Yes, you've always had bad wind, Liz. So now, is it Croquet Blanket Skinner? She's calling her Liz. So, all right, Lorraine, how? Right, I'm all over the place here, because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Many brutal past lives, including being stoned. Yeah, to be honest, if you're on a spiritual path, I've been strapped to a table, I think in Scandinavia, and it was a great big wooden table, and I had my legs and arms pulled out, and I was only in my early 20s. I had lovely long red hair then, totally looked different obviously, and I was obviously being sacrificed due to some kind of spiritual practice that I was doing. In another one, I've been burnt at the stake. Some in this current life might want to do that to me now if they could get their hands on me, but tough. And there was another one where I had maimed my brother, apparently, in quite a bad way. So I'm guessing what I did to him. Castration comes into mind there as well, because he had been abusing me and my sisters. And obviously, I had done that to get away, but I was shunned from the family. So my past lives weren't easy either. And I think, God, they're not making life easy for me now or then. But I think that's part of our spiritual journey, because we use our life experiences in our readings. We actually, anything we've experienced makes us more understanding of someone when they sit in front of us, because we pick that up and we've got knowledge and experience and understanding. Obviously not from castration and poisoning, I hope, but the lessons we learn help us make, I mean, people might disagree with me, but as a psychic, working psychic, I honestly believe when I'm doing my psychic work and my counselling work that it does help me, because it helps me understand my client better and give a better understanding. And I like to think I'm more compassionate in my empathy, because not everyone is, and I'm not that kind of psychic. So not done regression yet, but have had Reiki and past lives explored through a divine channel. Yeah, I mean, to me, regression's a word that people use, and it's connected a lot of hypnotherapy. But I do Rahani, and in my Rahani healing, I pick up a lot of past lives. So I think anyone that's got a spiritual, tunes in spiritually, can pick up. I mean, I've now learned to do a regression as a medium as well, so without even having to sort of lay somebody on a bed. So there's loads of ways of doing it, Crystal. I just think you need to find out what's going on now. So, okay, but let's get back to Lisa. Hello, lovely Wendy. Thank you for joining me. She's another top fan. Lisa, I'm going to pick you one to find out what's going on with your daughter. Is this the one you've just been on holiday with? Because I'm getting a sense that the holiday was a bit tense. I've got hope, number 17 for you, Lisa. Yeah. Let me know, Lisa, if it's the one you've just been on holiday with. Mind you, which holiday? Every time I look on your Facebook page, you're always on holiday, my love. I feel quite envious. I can't remember the last time I sat on a plane. Oh, yeah, it's February. Hope says, oh, Lisa, you've just got to hang in there. Parenting is horrible. We know it's horrible, and we know it's not easy, and especially daughters. And my daughter won't be watching because she doesn't support me, so I can say it. She's 28, and we clash terribly because we are very similar and very alike. And I just think with daughters, we can have a really good bond, but when it's not good, it's hard work and it's awful. And you know, we're only human with our kids. No, it's the other daughter. Well, maybe you should have took her then. That's why she's not talking to you. But I just think that sometimes it is our clash of personalities, and obviously when they're having emotional problems, because I've just got a little bit of sensitiveness with her, it's harder for them to they're not always wanting to talk to us. They don't always want to give us tell us what's going on, because they don't want to hear our advice, which sounds silly, but sometimes they don't want that advice because they don't want to hear it out loud. So something tells me you've just got to hang in there, that you will get through this. You've got a very close family network. This is just a glitch. And if there's anything I've learned, I mean, me and my youngest are very close because he's the only one still at home, but this year has really tested our relationship. And me having my accident made it worse because he's too young to be my carer, and I'm too young to have a carer. That's what I tell everybody. But you know, this has been a really hard year for people, despite what they've had to endure, whether they've managed to get through it easily. Yeah, I feel she's very tearful, Lisa, when you say she's sensitive. I'm actually feeling quite tearful thinking about her. So I think it's more struggling to get that out. She's finding it hard to get across, and I know that you've been close with all your family, and I just feel that at the moment it's just that block, and she will get through it. You've just got to be there to support her and try not to get on her case, which I can say that because I know you. But yeah, and again, easier said than done, because I've been giving Drew a bit of a hard time here, there and everywhere, and you know, we want to bite our tongues sometimes, but we're mums. We're mums first and foremost. We want to be their friends, but we're still mums. So, but that hope card says it all. You do healing. So while she's not looking, you can still send that healing out to her. You know you can do that, and you can send healing to yourself as well to make sure you get through this situation. So I'd say persevere, Liz. You're a strong character, and I know that. So you know, just persevere with her and just be there for her and keep. She's like a ticking time bomb of emotion, yeah. But you know, who isn't at the moment? Anyone that's trying to sort of say everything's all right, putting on a brave face. There's lots. We've all had lots of struggles this year, and we've all experienced good things. And I know the environment and everything else has experienced good things, but you know, this is taking its toll on a lot of people. And like I said, me and Drew have had our ups and downs this period of time. So no one is beyond having that sort of emotional barrier or breakdown. No one, even as close as you can be with one of your children, or even a friend or another family member. This has really been testing times, and it's affected people's mental well-being. So at least hang in there. You're a good mum. You're very supportive of your daughters. You know, you've had a couple of losses as well, with your lovely dog and that. Just hang in there and be there for her. Hope says it all. You're a brilliant healer, and you get, you know, even with your therapy work, just keep hanging in there. You'll get through it, I promise. Okay. Hi, Maxine. I finally found you've been on Facebook waiting. I hope everyone's on Facebook waiting, and then they work out and watch me later, because I just dread to see, because on YouTube all you get is a down like in it and like that. That's all I ever see on it, and the odd share. So but yeah, this is really hard, everybody. It's been really hard for Richard. I mean, we have so many followers on SPTV. The hosts work so hard. Richard works so hard. It seems wrong that Facebook have blocked the page, you know, but maybe YouTube is the way forward. It's just, if anyone uses YouTube, any of the other hosts, it's easy. There might be more ease to it and feel comfortable doing it. But for us, it really is a learning curve. Certainly is for me. And I just hope everyone gets. I mean, I was telling my friends how to subscribe to it today, but still don't come on. You're welcome, Lisa. Much love to you, my lovely friend. But yeah, it is hard. This is really hard, because I want to see all those little love hearts and things. Me and Richard had this conversation before I come on, and we did say that some of the people are missing that. So why, Maxine? Why is it hard, or why we're not on Facebook? We're not on. We don't know why we're not on Facebook. Well, Richard thought it had been blocked. There were spammers. Personally, I did a little bit of investigation, because I'm a nosy whatnot. I love a bit of research. It seems that there are other lives being hit by Facebook. Facebook are a law unto themselves. Well, they can be, because they're biggest social platform media, and they are raking it in. So oh, well, hang on. Richard just said they blocked Donald Trump on one of his posts yesterday. I don't know if that was a good. Oh, I miss you too, Lisa. Soon, when I can drive now. Just can't walk properly. I walk like I'm some robotic person. But anyway, if they're blocking people like Donald Trump, what can I say? I mean, I anyone that follows me knows I don't do lives. I only ever do lives for SPTV. This is why YouTube's really bizarre for me, and I'm probably going to cringe if I play it back. And it's yeah, definitely. Richard said better quality and sound. I said when we said we had to use YouTube, maybe it's a good thing, because this is a broadcasting channel and this is more professional. So we want to look professional, but we also want to help people. And I think with Facebook, we had the ability on a social media platform to do that, to help people. See, look, Maxine says he needs blocking. I think there's a lot of people who need blocking on Facebook, but it certainly shouldn't have been us. But yeah, so I think social media, personally, if I could take my business page off Facebook, I would. I haven't got enough followers to worry about it, if I was truthful. And most of my work comes from word of mouth, which I deeply appreciate and actually get more enjoyment out of. But I don't know, Facebook's become a little bit too much for me. I'm sick of death of the nastiness, some of the stuff that's shared. I don't believe half of it that's shared anyway. A lot of the videos I think have been played around with. So I think, in a way, YouTube may be the way forward for SPTV, because I think it is a more professional, better quality broadcasting channel. But that said, what we don't want to do is lose all those lovely followers that generally like tuning into SPTV and got comfort from it, because it's been going for over a year and it's grown massively, but it certainly has grown more since lockdown, the start of COVID. And we have helped so many people with their mental well-being. And so to not be able to get that out now would be worrying if not everyone can get over to YouTube. And if anyone's well, well, not everyone can get over to it, because some people may not even have the ability. I mean, not being, I'm a terrible, it might be free, but I'm a terrible technophobe. So I'm always like, oh, what have I got to do? And I always shout to my kids and go, now what have I got to do? So sometimes it's just doing something new and it's changing something, and people are worried about that. Maxine says spirits are guiding you to a different way of working. I agree, Maxine. I mean, if I only got 5 viewers today, at one point I only had one. I don't know how many I've got now. Then so be it today. That is what it is. I've had some great viewings since I've been doing it on Facebook since April. But you know what? I always say, if I only get one person that views and I help them, then I've done my job. So I don't care. If I cared, I'd be doing lives all the time anyway on my own page. So I think, and I have said this to Richard, I think YouTube probably is the way to go. And even if Facebook unblock us, I think actually we should try and keep a medium maybe on both, just to get the followers over. But I think YouTube's much more professional. And I think I've got 8. Thanks, Maxine. I didn't really want to know, but that is my life plan number. So, hey, I'll take the 8. But yeah, I think that maybe this is the way to go. And I just hope people do tune in and still get help. And even if they tune in later and watch it, as many people do on YouTube, I hope they still go to SPTV's page or any of us and get help as well, because that's all that we're doing it for. Otherwise, we wouldn't be all giving up our time. Yeah, Maxine's agreeing with me. I said that to her. And Rich has just said, and that is true, Jake. Yeah, I agree, Liz. I think it's trial and error, and we're all going to have to hang in there. What we don't want to do is any of the hosts, and I hope they don't, is leave SPTV and go off and obviously do your own thing, because we all do our own thing. But I think we should still be supporting SPTV, because it's not just about Richard and his hard work, it's about our viewers, because it's the viewers that count. It's like I always say, it's my clients that count, not me. It's helping people, and I'm not going to win any awards for being a millionaire or anything like that, because I always put people first. But that's what I think people should do. Very powerful number, continuous loop. It is indeed, and it is my life plan number, and I love it. So actually, I'm not going to be upset only 8 people watch me today. My grandson might laugh because he's a YouTuber, and he'll go, oh, no one watched her. I'm a regular and a VIP laugh out loud, but Richard hasn't worked out right. I'll see. Look, you haven't worked out who Crystal is, because Wendy's keep asking now, and Crystal just told her. That could be the name of the game today, couldn't it? Let's all work out who Crystal is. She's probably a snoop from Facebook. No, only joking, Crystal. She's. Can I have a card if you are doing that on here? I will, Maxine, because no one's asking any questions today, because again, it's all new. So I will happily give you a card. Especially as you've happily told me I only had 8 people watching. And you've got my business name, New Beginnings, which is 0. It's the first card of this deck. And anyone that has just tuned in, all 8 of you, this is the John Holland. Oh, I'm only joking. I don't care, to be honest. Okay. This is the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck, and I absolutely love them because they're so vibrant. And that particular card, New Beginnings, is why I named my business, because I was making a total fresh start in lots of different things in my personal life, in my work life, and my health had finally kicked in to the point I knew I had to sort of take things a different way. So it's a very powerful card for me, but I see it always as a powerful card when I turn it for people, because she's a warrior. She's a woman standing on top of the earth in front of that door, showing that she can withstand anything. So I always find that card very powerful, even if a man pulls it, because yes, believe it or not, I have a lot of men customers, because it shows the warrior within you. it shows that it doesn't matter how hard and tough things get, you can still stand on your own 2 feet and get through it. So for me, it's a very powerful card for anyone that's struggling or has come out of a struggle and come out the other side. So Maxine, when I'm saying that, because I'm getting I'm seeing the steps, sounds like me, yeah, sounds like a lot of us, I think, at the moment. I'm seeing the steps fading away. So something tells me there's been quite a struggle for you more recently anyway. And now I feel like you were going uphill feeling that battle, but now you're almost, those steps are fading away because you're back on an even plane, and life seems to have panned out a little bit. Because I was getting a problem with a property, actually. I kept seeing a property. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I was seeing some sort of property, that whether you were trying to sell a property, and it was because that's making me want to do something with my hand. So I don't know whether there was some building work going on, actually. So but you've come through it, because any house move, any renovations in a house, especially major ones, because I feel it was quite dirty at one point, is massive stress related. So Maxine, let us know, because I'm just feeling you really have had a struggle, and now everything's just finally, it's like, oh, thank God it's back on an even thing. But you are a fighter, you are a warrior. There's no two ways about that. You're very strong-willed. Was thinking of moving. Well, make sure you don't move into anything that needs a lot of work, because I wanted to do a lot. I felt like I was mixing plaster, cement, not personally. I'm not. I might have worked in estates and building years ago, but I'm certainly not a builder. I just feel that there was a building of movement, and there was a lot of renovation going on. I've got to go. Speak soon. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Oh, you wait. That's down to 7. But yeah, so Maxine, be careful. Had my office built in the garden for my spiritual work. Yeah, but I doubt, mind you, that could have been the earth. Yeah, I could have been messing around the earth ground, I suppose. I still feel there's another move of sorts. Be careful on what you pick for your renovations on the property you look at. But well done you for building something in the garden. And my hubby said no, so not for now. Yes, well, it doesn't matter what our husband, well, I haven't got one because I got rid of mine, but husbands, you know, they might say no, but you never know what's around the corner. And I think that's the beauty of spiritual work, because we can all be set on something and think, no, we're not doing this, and then something changes so quickly that life, and that one small change can change us on a different path and start moving other things forward. And also sometimes we can be a bit stagnant and need a move forward, so we need the change to get everything else in place, because if one thing's out of kilter, everything else stays where it is. So keep an eye on a property moving. But if your spiritual hut, because I say hut like you would see it as a wooden hut, but I am seeing building work. So I feel that when I was doing that, maybe it was the sort of the brick laying that I was sort of mixing up. So he said no to my office. Well, you got it. So yeah. But yeah, just bear that in mind, Maxine, because and let me know if there was brickwork around that hut, that office, because I'm seeing I want to keep mixing stuff in my hands. Like you said, I'm strong-minded. Well, fair play to you. As long as he was happy afterwards, and you talked him into letting him think it was his idea in the end. Yes, it was wooden, but there was something that I'll tell you what, it would have been the foundation then, wouldn't it? You'd have to put a foundation, because I wanted to do this, and I felt very, very cementy, mixy, felt like there was a cement mixer around you. So, but yeah, you are very strong-willed if you beat him and got it. So is there anybody else that would like a card? Let me know. You want a card, Richard? You all right? Never given Richard a card. Might as well though. Got to be better than his fake readings. Oh yeah, he's you said you was going to do your own show. Richard is the what? Well, that's not very nice. Yes, foundation was concrete. Thank you, Maxine. Yeah, I was just wanted. I'm very visual, and I also use my hands a lot. Funny enough, when I worked in an academia world, I used to use my hands a lot when I was in meetings and explain. Well, I'm doing it now, explaining to people. But I really felt my hands were quite grimy and dirty, and I could feel like a cement mixer. So yeah, but well done you. 3 months ain't that long. That's not bad. People can try a lot longer than that. Right, let's give Richard, the most famous international fake reader ever, a card. And Wendy's asked it, Emma's come on, yeah. So, right, Richard, you got solar plexus chakra number 3. That must be Maxine, was she? Wow, actually, it's quite interesting with the last couple of conversations we've had, because we've just had one with the chakra for Crystal. It's all about being in balance, and your solar plexus is right above the breastbone, we sort of below the breastbone, so it sits in the middle. And we as psychics say that's where we hold our power. So we all push, when we're lining us out and whatever, we push that power back in there and sort of almost save it. It's like our little saviour to keep it if we need a little bit of extra energy in that. But it's also connected to certain health ailments, as all chakras are. And for me, because of the conversations we've had, Richard, I would say that is to say, hang in there. You've got to hang in there, and you've got to have a bit more faith, which, again, we often have that conversation. I just think that's showing you this may be trial and error, and this may be a bit more harder to sort of, because it's horrible. It's like you've got somewhere and then someone's just took it all away and said, right, start again. That's how it feels probably to you. But you've got, I know you did. No, Rich just said he felt like giving up, but you can't give up. I told you on the phone last week you can't give up, and you can't give up because this has done so much good for the people that did follow on Facebook. You've got to hang in there and hope that continues on YouTube. You could end up doubling, tripling that if you hang in there. But if you give up, look at the people that won't have that support. And yes, they can go on other channels and they can go and look at other things, but actually, our speakers are fine, and if it upsets people, who cares? But not everyone is in it to help people, and not everyone is doing it for the good of the world or the people. They're in it for themselves, and you truly are passionate about what you do, as is all your hosts, because you handpick us all. So the solar plexus is telling me, bring that energy back in. You've got to trust yourself. It's been a hard year, but you achieved it in the year on Facebook, and you will achieve it on here. So you've just got to hang in there, Richard. So you can class that as a fake one if you want. I don't care, but I am the one that does this professionally, not you. And I think you've got to hang in there, because I really do sense there is a reason that you are on YouTube now. I feel quite strong about that, and I said that to you in our phone call. So hang in there. Chrissy Tink, she's saying don't give up as well, Richard. You can't give up. You can't. You've worked too hard. You can jiggle things. You can change things. Look, Wendy says you are our healer. Yeah, I know what Rich is saying. He's saying it is hard because obviously financially he has to try and keep it all going, and I get that. And it is, but there may be another way of doing it, Richard. Maybe there's, you have got to have faith for a bit. Don't give in yet. That's what I say. Don't give in yet. Wendy will get all our viewers over, won't you, Wendy? We know Wendy's good at that. She'll get them all on track. She shares everything, left, right, and centre. So she'll get everyone back on track. But for now, trust it and hang in there, because I honestly think there's a reason you're on YouTube, and I think Facebook will have its day sooner or later, because you're not going to be the only one. I know of others that are suffering now, and I think let Facebook put there, because I think a lot of it's garbage on there anyway. So right, for Chrissy Tink, I've got discontentment and boredom. Oh, sorry, yeah, number 4. Thank you, Wendy. Absolutely, 100%. We'll keep on it until he gets it. Hi, Pamela. See, Pamela's found us. Thanks, Pamela, for finding us. And Chrissy, straight away when I got that, I felt like you were thinking of giving up on something. You're thinking of turning your back on something. Took me a little pressing buttons to get the chat up. Don't know. Yeah, I think apparently it just says live chat, Shona. No, I totally understand if people are struggling. I struggled Saturday trying to get Bex up. I don't go on YouTube that much. I get the odd meditation up. It's saved anyway to do, and that's it. I don't watch things on YouTube because, to be honest, I'm too busy probably doing my psychic stuff. And like I said, it is what it is. But right, Crystal Eyes, winners never quit and quitters never win. Yeah. And in this game, unfortunately, it's not meant to be easy. No one said it was going to be easy. That's why we get picked. It's a test all the time. It's just one long test, and life is, you know, but we don't give in. Look, I didn't give in. I come out of hospital and got straight back on the channel, didn't I? And God, it's been a slog. So we're not giving in, and Richard's not giving in because we won't let him yet. But back to Chrissy Tink. You know, I felt, Chrissy, if you're still on, I've got a feeling that you're thinking of walking away from something. You're not feeling there's something around you that's uncomfortable. You're feeling very uncomfortable around something at the moment. And it's weird because when I look at that card, which I'm assuming is still on screen for you, you've got like your fairy tale castle in the background with like a maze. And I feel that something's been removed away from you. Not only are you feeling that you want to turn your back on something, it's probably a bit like Richard, giving up. But I feel that fairy tale castle, which is a vision, it's like a decoding mechanism, it's got that maze in front of it because something along the line, it's made it harder for you to visualise what you were aiming for. So you're thinking of giving up on something. So let me know, Chrissy, if there's something in particular, because I really feel quite heavy-hearted when I look at that card and think of you. And I just feel like a dream. It's obviously ironic, like we just said, we're just talking about giving up with SPTV with Richard. I just feel that a dream or something that you were aiming for has been moved further away. But do you know what? Look at it as a test, because when you know you shouldn't be doing something, you truly do get that gut instinct when you know it's time to move away from somebody, away from something, leave a job, move house. We never trust our gut instinct enough, and everyone has gut instinct, whether they want to accept it or not. And we all know that fight or flight mechanism that is instilled in anyone, whether you're a psychic, you know, spirit on a spiritual journey or not. And I just feel that you have to trust that gut instinct. And something's telling me, whatever that hurdle was, it's a hurdle, and it's just another thing, because it makes it more. It's annoying, but it makes it more passionate when you continue fighting for something. So I am getting that, and I've got an old sorry, being rude there, old gentleman. I've just got an old gentleman figure come through, and I can smell. I thought it was a pipe, some sort of smoke. I can't put my finger on it. I haven't smoked in over 20 years, so it's not cigarettes, and I don't think it's weed, if anyone's watching. I've got a strange smell. So something tells me it might be something that he was working with. I've had a lot of log burning smells around me lately. A lot of actually this week. So whether that's someone else is trying to tell me something, I better check my place ain't on fire. But I'm getting to this old gentleman that's around me. There's a strange smoke. Like when you smoke, not bacon, is it? I don't know, because I'm not. But I've just got that smoked feeling, like something he did in his job. So I don't know if that's I want to say granddad, but I feel there's going back another generation. So I feel it's a grandfather figure, but I want to go back another generation. So let me know, Chrissy, if that makes sense to you, and about something that's obviously that hurdle that's just been put in place. But like Richard, don't give up. And if anyone's on there feeling that, like Crystal's just put, every stumbling block, hurdle can be turned into a positive opportunity, a foundation for growth. Most definitely. And only way I can say to people to get through anything that upsets you, or suddenly we get that. I mean, on my tarot cards, I actually use this pack, the Gilded Tarot. It was bought for me by my brother and sister-in-law from New Orleans. Absolutely love it. It's the only tarot cards I use. And obviously the main tarot always has the tower in it, and I hate it. When anyone turns it, I almost go, oh, that's the card out of all the cards that I hate. But it is, like you said, it's a stumbling block. It's a hurdle crystal. It shows whatever's coming has to come to clear out the debris and move on. And even if it is a shock or something that's unpleasant at a time, there's always a positive behind it, always. And that's how people have got to look at it. So I hope, Crystal Tints, that that makes sense to you. But anyone that's having any problems at the moment and feel that they really are, can't go on, or they just had enough, just take some deep breaths, or go and do something else, or just think about it. Never make rash decisions, because sometimes we need to overcome that to actually then be full speed ahead and get on and do a more positive attitude to what we need to attend. Sometimes that block's put there to stop us making a mistake, but we mustn't give in. Only when we know it's time to call it quits. But, you know, hopefully that makes sense. Let me know. Who else did we have? We had Emma and we had Wendy. Okay. Swags. Let's do. Well, so let's do Emma. Oh, hello. It's April. I'm on. Well, April is my cousin's wife, my fellow Tropic ambassador that I recruited, because again I say I'm an ambassador for Tropic Skincare, which is a beautiful vegan won loads of awards and actually done really well during lockdown for its environmental issues. So very proud to be a member of Tropic. It was founded by Susie Ma, and Alan Sugar, Lord Alan Sugar, is a co-partner now. Brilliant company. And I recruited April during lockdown because I thought it'd give us some extra business opportunities. But get off Daisy's iPad because it threw us. Right, Emma, I'm going to do you a card. From every negative comes positive. Always. Any negative, as sad or horrible as it is at the time, there will always be a positive. Always, always. And if you can't see the positive, that's where we get in a rut, and that's where sometimes our mental well-being can take a bit of a nosedive. So for you, Emma, I've got Rejoice in Celebration number 3. It's true what you said. This year is starting to get to me. Not sure about smoke, but my dad smoked. Okay, sorry, Emma, I'll just check with Chrissy. It was weird because when I say smoked, it's like when someone's like wood burning. I got sort of bacon, but that's probably because my mum used to work in the local bacon factory years ago when it used to exist in my town, and that was a smoked thing. But I got like salmon. It's weird. It was like they worked somewhere where the meat or the fish was smoked. It was a strange smell I got. But yeah, whether someone check with your mum or any of your other relatives to see if there's an ancestor that worked in that sort of thing, because this felt like a grate. It wasn't a dad. It was more of a grandfather stroke great grandfather. I felt like I wanted to go back a generation. But yeah, don't let this year get you. Easier said than done, but it's got to all of us. You know, I thought when I broke my leg, why? What's going on? I'm just going back to work face to face, even though I didn't really fancy putting all those masks, shields, pennies on. But I'm self-employed and I need to work, and lockdown was hard. And then I broke my leg, and here I am still sat indoors. But I kept going with the show. I kept going with my readings and my online work. And I just thought, you know what? It gave me time to actually rethink what I want to do with my business and actually take a step back from some of the other businesses I was sort of playing around with. So don't ever give up, Chrissy, and anyone watching. You know, we can't let this year beat us. We'll go into 2021, and yes, it might not be still easy at the beginning, but you know what? We've got to see positivity. We can't let this think this is our life forever, because it can't be. We've got to remain positive, and we've got to try and keep on our mental well-being at all costs, because they can keep going on about how we've got to save the hospitals and we've got to save this and we've got to save that because of the virus. But this virus could stay here for a long, long time. We must look after people's mental well-being. I'm very passionate about that. I mentioned it quite a bit on my previous shows, and I'm more concerned how people are being affected mentally and not getting the support, and cancer patients, than a virus. And, you know, I've said it, so any NHS people, sorry, but, you know, there's a lot more prominent things going on now and people need help. So, Christy, hang in there. But getting back to you, lovely Emma, Rejoice in Celebration. When I turned that, straight away, I got a feeling of an actual wedding. And I felt it was a wedding that got put back. So whether it was a family relative that had to obviously put it back in COVID, I know some people went ahead and just reduced the numbers dramatically. But I felt this has been set. This has been planned again, slightly different. I got something a little bit more quirky going on. But I also got a feeling of it's weird. I felt like someone had been playing netball, and there was like a trophy. But there isn't a trophy because no one's allowed to do sort of that thing no more. And you were just having a virtual, let's go out and have a drink anyway, sod it. And I just got this feeling of girl power. I felt like it was like, thank God for my friends. Thank God I can still celebrate and still have a laugh. But I felt like it was some kind of netball team, some kind of team that would normally be out physically doing activities, and instead of turned to the drinking activities, which most people did anyway, so I won't, but I just really did get a strong sense of that. It's like you've found a new way to socialise with these people. And also this wedding celebration. So let me know, Emma, because I do feel that there was something put on the back burner for somebody in the family, but that will go ahead at a later date. Slightly different, but it will still be just as lovely. But this netball team, it's weird how I got netball. I looked at the trophy and just felt netball. So I don't know, whether that resonates with you. Let us know, Emma. Thanks, Liz, agreeing with me. I hope it's agreeing with everything I'm saying. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's the mental well-being. I'm really quite passionate about it. My son is only just coming up to no wedding, unfortunately. Don't say no wedding, Emma, because I've seen it. As soon as I turned it, there was a celebration. There was a wedding celebration. So something's coming up. So something to look forward to. See, there's something to plan. Might be yours. But no, it's somebody else's wedding, and it's actually going to be quite a nice occasion. So keep that on the back burner. But yeah, my son's coming up for 19, and there's been a few people his age group that have unfortunately took their own lives lately, and it's just really sad that generation, they're really feeling it. And when I asked him how he felt about that, he said, Mum, it's social media, it's destroying you, it's just destroying you. So not netball, I'm not a sporty at all, Emma. Well, do you know what, I'm never normally not on point with that, so something made me think of netball, and something, and I've definitely got, could be a little bit. It could just be being more. I used to play netball. I'm holding trophy for my Emma. There you go. Wendy, are you and Emma? You're related. See, yeah, I thought so. So I've just crossed. I've done Mum instead of you, because that's probably because I had Wendy in my head, because I said to Richard, "Oh, Wendy," and then I for some reason got you. Okay, who knows? Maybe I'll meet Prince Charming. Don't ever underestimate that. Someone said the other day, "Oh, I read it somewhere." Oh God, I've got no chance of getting a man now, have I, with this continued lockdown and all these tears? And I looked at it and thought, is that all you're worried about? I mean, finding a partner. Yes, it's nice to have a life partner, but it's not the be all and end all, because our partnership should be with ourselves first and foremost. Then we will find the right partner when we're enjoying our own company and in tune with ourselves. When we rush into it, yeah, we'll do a dating site instead. Actually, I might go on it. Yeah, never know. But don't ever say never, Emma, because it does happen. But I have seen a wedding. I've seen the wedding. I've seen as soon as I turned card, I've got a wedding. Maybe the netball is Mum, because I might, where I had Wendy in my head and I've gone and picked you up, because I'm not normally that off point. But again, it could be like Richard said, that your goal, you're aiming for a goal, and don't be put off by it, because I got that quite clearly, that netball thing, and Prince Charming could be around the corner, even if we are in restrictions. Because I always say to people, you don't always meet them in the pubs or the clubs, which are now shut at 10 o'clock. You can meet them anywhere, somewhere really quite basic and quite boring, that might seem to some, but they are not where you always think they are. And again, if people are internet dating, there's no reason. Yeah, well, Richard said he met one of these in a hospital. I think that's a bit drastic. And I was in an all-women's ward when I was in July, so that wasn't going to happen. But never say never. And internet dating, if that's what people like doing, there's still no reason you can't meet people carefully, socially. And again, do what you want to do anyway, because it's about looking after yourself. It's not necessarily doing what you're told to do. You must take care of yourself first and foremost. Wendy, let's do you and see if it comes out for Emma. Yeah, I will do your next show. Now, don't worry. I got Stand Your Ground number 7, Wendy, which in a way is similar to I better start saving for a hat. You do that, Wendy. We'll get her married off. Don't you worry about that. When we start the dating app for spirit, yeah, and then we'll broadcast it. You got that one, Richard. Stand Your Ground. Emma can have the first spiritual wedding on SPTV. How's that, Emma? Let us know. We get first dibs, like OK Magazine. Stand your ground, Wendy. I mean, it again. you're a very passionate spiritual person. I've always picked that up with you watching the shows before, and it's very similar to the cards. Is that Emma in agreement with the smiley faces? She's agreeing for us to film her wedding. It's very much like the new beginnings, sort of taking ownership, standing your ground. But with that, I feel that you have to do quite a lot to keep everyone together. I feel you're quite keep people all around, keeping everyone on top, making sure everyone's okay. You're always about everybody else, not always looking after yourself. You don't put yourself first. So that's a little reminder. The way he's looking up to the, you could say it's the universe coming in closer with the spiritual healing around it. But make sure you find time for yourself, especially when you've got to buy the hat and for the wedding coming up, because that'd be a lot of planning. But I just feel that it's great that you always want to take care for people, but you want to make sure you've got some time for yourself, because it's quite you're very spiritual, and it's showing me that sometimes that can be quite draining on you when you've got to find your own me time. And also, it's weird how that I'm looking at the fields. Is there somewhere near your property? I feel that it's got like long, I want to go like barley grass. There's something, I feel like you're walking somewhere. That Em's just agreed, got that screenshot, that Richard, she said she's agreed that we can have the rights to her wedding. I'm just feeling, Wendy, some around your property or somewhere you go, and it's got slightly sort of grass, barley mow or whatever it is. I'm getting a feeling that that's where you go to get some connection with the earth when you feel like you need a little bit of time to yourself. So let me know, Wendy, if that makes sense to you. I'm not getting Emma's wedding yet. But that's all right, because we've already, yeah, we've got Mince Prince Charming first. But maybe Wendy, that's what you're doing, stand your ground. You're going out vetting them, so Emma can meet them, and then you vet them, and then you can kick them into touch which one you want as your son-in-law. But no, we're filmed the meet, the date, first dates, but we'll have to call it something else, that's obviously already on, and then we'll do the wedding. But no, all jokes aside, Wendy, I just feel that don't burn yourself out, not near your home, but you go somewhere, because it's very relaxing. I feel like you it's quite, I want to take my shoes off, and I feel like I want to get my feet right into the earth. So there's a favourite place somewhere that you go, because I'm seeing the barley like blowing. And I don't know, again, if that's come from a childhood memory, actually, but there's somewhere that is very resonates with you on that. And hang on, sorry, Emma says she's going to get married in a film. This is so different doing it on YouTube, because normally on my cards I'm on point. When I'm on Facebook, bang, bang, bang. Obviously, people have asked a question. We've had a good old chat. And then I do the cards. I'm mixing mum and daughters out. I'm getting all sorts of things. Love country drives. Okay, so you would love looking at the window, looking at the barley, and I suppose it's barley. I don't know what it is. But, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It makes you feel very connected, and it makes you feel very it almost gives you back that stability that you need. But don't burn yourself out. And you know, you're great at always sharing everything for SPTV, and you're a very passionate person, but you know, find time for yourself, because I think that's what stand your ground is for you. It's actually making sure you get some quality time, because you're going to need it for the film cameras when the wedding gets filmed. And like Emma said, she could have a lovely pagan style or Wicca style wedding in the fields. We can't wait for this. Make sure it's a nice day though, and it's a good summer month. So right, Shona, I will do you as well, Pamela. Don't worry. I won't leave my favourite viewers that have popped over to see us. But let's do Shona. I'd love a country cottage. Well, who knows? Who knows? Didn't see the cottage in the middle of the fields though, but you could be standing in your garden looking out to that field, couldn't you? So who knows? But then saying that, normally if there's a property, maybe you're going to build it. Back to me when I had my hands earlier on with the spiritual heart. Maybe I'm seeing lots of building going on. Who knows? Oh, all right then. She's gonna. Richard said when he wins the jackpot, he'll buy you one he's seen on eBay for £2.99. Absolutely beautiful wedding. It would be, wouldn't it? Out in the countryside, fields, daisies in Emma's hair. Look, we're planning her wedding. She can do the hard bit, find Prince Charming, and we're planning the wedding. How about that? Right, Shona, and you've been waiting so patiently. Oh, you've got chakra. Number 2, Richard again. Chakra. I don't know if you tuned in earlier, Shona, and if you know about your chakras, but your sacral chakra sits just below the belly button, and it's where we have all our sensuality, our sensitivity, and our sexuality. It's also connected to our spleen and our kidneys as well. So, and obviously intestines, large intestines there. And I should know that because I'm around therapists and holistic therapists, so I've obviously done anatomy, but I've just had a moment then I thought, don't know which intestines it is. But anyway, we'll get off that. Who wants to talk about intestines? But it's a very emotional card, and it's a very it does bring out a lot of sensitivity. And I feel I was quite emotional yesterday actually, and I was quite I found myself getting quite tearful over silly things. So I feel at the moment that with everyone with that sensitivity has been feeling that. And obviously for you, there is just, I feel like there's a pull. I'm getting a little bit of I feel like a tug of war going on actually. I've just got a pull, like a rope. So I don't know if there's a sensitive subject going on around you at the moment, but I just got a feeling that you were torn between 2 people. It's weird what I'm getting. I feel like I'm being backwards and forwards. So I don't know if that resonates with you, because I am getting this tug of war. Ah, Wendy, you've put a beautiful smile on my face, bless her. Okay, she'll be pushing me for Prince Charming on my next show, won't she? She'll be tuning into everybody else going, can you find Prince Charming? Thank you, Pam. That's where your bladder is. Of course it is. Well, obviously I said kidneys, but yeah, it's where your bladder is. But yeah, I am getting a tug of war, like a feeling that you're being torn between 2 things, 2 people. Feels more like 2 people. And it's feeling quite draining. I'm feeling quite drained by it. And like I said, I've been very emotional last couple of days. So sensitivity, I mean, that card's come out twice now. Yes, new beginning happening. Okay, lovely. So you say new beginning. If you tugged the other end and got rid of that one, because I'm still feeling it's a bit backwards and forwards. That's what I want to do. I want to keep swaying like that. So yeah. And again, my business name, it just comes out everywhere. I love it. But it just feels unfinished. Something's feeling unfinished at the moment. You need to cut that. I feel like I want to cut that rope in half. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay, that makes sense. I want to cut it. If you know anything about rituals to the moon, the full moon and all that, and the figure 8, which we had earlier, and we said it's my life path number. Figure 8s are all very much about rituals and drawing the figure 8 so many times and cutting through the ropes and getting rid of bad negativity, bad habits, and obviously people that we no longer need in our life. So I did get that, but in this like tug of war, I just want to get a great big machete. Yes, newly separate. Okay, I get that. Yeah, I just want to chop it straight in half and get rid of it. So newly separated, that's still going to be quite raw then. It doesn't matter. That's such a shame, Richard. Hopefully very soon. Oh, that's Tina. I met Tina. Always has a lovely monkey picture, so I do know who Tina is. I just feel, don't be hard on yourself at the moment, because it is really hard to cut that tie with someone, even if you know it's the right thing. You can't just shut someone down and move straight on, because sometimes we still got to go through a process. So don't be too hard on yourself. But you know, if you're looking forward to the future, which is a great way to look at an ending of a relationship, and I doubt my ex-husband, well, the second one, a tune in anyway, because I don't think he likes me very much. But I remember saying to him when he was acting weird, but you know what, off you go then, because what a great opportunity, time to have something new. And time to experience new things, because I was fed up with the same old. Very harsh at the time, but I remember saying it's clear as day, probably because I was hurting. But it is nice to experience new, and it is a way to look forward to a new future, to actually think, well, you know, there's more out there. We shouldn't stay tied to one person if it's making us unhappy. and we shouldn't stay in a situation or even a job if it's making us unhappy. We should always take that opportunity to get out and hope that there's more out there, that there is more to our life, because we only get one life. Well, we get loads if you go into past lives, but actually when we're here, this is our life. We've only got this opportunity to live this particular life, so we shouldn't do it with any regret, and we shouldn't stay anywhere for too long if it's making us unhappy. So for you then, Shona, that's obviously very, you understand that and why I picked that up, and just don't be hard if you have a bad day, because you may have a little bit of, you know, like I said, I've been feeling tearful. Don't be hard on yourself, because it's like a grief, it's like a bereavement. So even as you're letting go and looking forward to a new life, don't be hard if you have off days. Okay, so much love to you, Shona. Now we had Pamela, and who else did we have? Richard. Tina. Right, I'll do Pamela because she kept popping up, me, pick me. And it is so weird doing it on YouTube. I'm still like thinking this is the maddest experience ever. Oh, we're getting all these like chakra things. So I've got firm foundation number 4 for you, Pamela. You're welcome, Shona. And good luck. Good luck with your bright, exciting future. Swag's Fun Channel. Yeah, number 4, firm foundation. Okay, Pamela. Do you know what? As soon as I turned that, I'm sure me and you spoke a couple of shows back. It might have been the last show, actually, because obviously I'm only on fortnightly. But I just feel that we've had a conversation, me and you, and we talked about something. And so it tells me that you got firm foundation then. Thank you, Wendy. I feel like I'm rambling today because I feel at the comfort zone. So Pamela's laughing at me. So did I read for you a couple of weeks ago, Pamela? Or give you, I think you asked me in the old context of the show a spiritual question, and then you got a reading. But I'm sure you got firm foundation, because as soon as I turned it, I felt like, oh, we haven't quite got on with that yet. I want to go, what happened? What happened since I last spoke to you? I still feel there's some work to be done with you. And I feel, actually, it's strange, I got a little bit of this. Oh, now smoke alarm's going off, and I have no idea why, because I've got nothing going on unless I've got a fire going on. But I felt with that a little bit of discomfort in my lower back as well. I've got a little bit of uncomfortableness going on in my back. But I just feel that we discussed something last time about you moving forward with something, and you haven't quite gone forward with that since our last conversation. And I feel very strong that I've spoken to you recently as well. So let me know, Pamela, if I'm not making it up, because I don't always remember. Well, I certainly don't remember my readings when I have sit-ins, but I just got, as soon as I got it, I thought me and Pam talked, and I felt like you had that card before. But can you hear that? I might have to go. I don't know what's going on, because I've got nothing going on. Nothing going on. Spirit, Wendy. But it's got to be, because the only time my smoke alarm goes off, touch wood with fire, is when the on too long, the steam hits it, and that's usually when my son's been in there. So hi, Tracy, lovely Tracy. So I don't know why that's going off. So if it is spirit, you have to just keep coming in and out, unless Pamela is giving me a warning for you, because I'm thinking, what's that all about? I do not know. So spirit, pack it in, please. We haven't got time to mess around with the smoke alarm. But no, I feel there's a little niggling going on in your back, so just keep an eye on that. Matt and Kirsty, yeah, right. So we talked, because I'm getting it a little thing. We talked about you moving forward with your spirit, because you obviously asked me a spiritual question, which was what the old show was all about. So it's the same show, it's just a different way of doing it, because we're on YouTube. We just don't care no more. But yeah, I talked about progress, because we all know firm foundation is about getting your feet into the ground and grounding yourself. You must ground yourself as you start your spiritual journey, otherwise we will be off balance straight away. And you know, so that's why I'm getting that feeling that obviously when we got this before, it was about you up and running. So you're teaching mediumship with Matt and Kirsty, who are excellent teachers and lovely people. You know, they are truly lovely people. Anyway, oh no, is your leg good enough to run? I will let you know in a minute, Tina. But I can't run. if I got up, I'd have to frame it to turn it off. So fingers crossed, I haven't got to do that, because you'll all be looking at a blank screen. Rich can put a couple of cards up while I'm waiting. But yeah, Pamela, so you're still in learning process, which is probably why I'm still on that firm foundation. But just keep an eye on your back for me. There's just, I'm getting a little bit of discomfort around my right hip, suffer from sciatica. Okay. Yeah, because I'm just getting that around my lower back, around my right sort of hip area. So be careful with that, because we all know how that can get us, and sciatica can be painful and last for weeks. So just keep an eye on that, and good luck with your mediumship course, because I think you're really gonna get something from this. Matt and Kirsty are just such a lovely couple, and she's just got such a lovely way about her, and such an infectious. You get very drawn around Kirsty anyway. But you're going to do well. You're going to really enjoy that and do well. So next time you come on and I'll give you a reading, I'm hoping we've moved up a scale and we get something like the Buddhas with the spiritual guidance card. But yeah, much love to you, Pamela. Hope you enjoyed that. Richard, could you see that comment I've got on the screen? Do you want me to answer that one? Okay, I'll just ask because I've got. Well, let me do Tina, because Tina, and also, yeah, the Wanda. We'll do Tina, and then Neelam, can I ask? Well, yes, you can ask, but you're going to have to ask it, because I can't. I'm good, but I'm not that good. For Tina, I've got light, number 19. You got it? Number 19, yeah, light. Oh, I love this card. In my course that I do, hope so. Thanks. Oh, you will, Pamela. You will enjoy it, and especially with Matt and Kirsty. I did some courses during lockdown just to keep, because I love learning and I like to keep my mind going. And some of them, one of them I needed the course. I know I needed it because I'd had a blockage in that work for some years, and I wanted to sort of move it on. The other courses I've done with the same person, I felt I probably didn't need, but saying that, I've loved the company, I've loved the class, you know, we've become a family, and actually it just kept me in touch with other spiritual people, because it is hard when you've been isolated, and obviously when I broke my leg, I became restricted again. So it's nice to see people, but you will love it, Pamela. No two ways about it, you'll love it. So back to Tina, light. I just love that card. It's just so spiritual for me. It shows it just shows that connection to spirit, and it really is such a lovely connecting card for you, Tina. And I know you've always been an avid watcher of SPTV, so thank you for finding this on YouTube. And it just shows you're just really on quite a good journey at the moment now. You seem to have, I feel like since you've been watching SPTV, you've really come along leaps and bounds. You've just really you've just taken everything on board, every show that you tune in on and listen to, because we're all so different and we all do things differently and have our own ways of connecting, and now we read and everything. But I just feel you've really have progressed spiritually in your own path since watching all of us, and it's given you that oomph to really keep going in what you do away from SPTV. So it's just a really lovely all-round card. I don't feel getting any negativity around you. I just feel that you've really have come out and on this journey and totally embracing it, totally enjoying it every minute. You know, you're just loving everything you're getting from it, and I feel like it's teaching you, or like me, you've been doing it to re-enhance what you were already doing. I'm here just sending out daily readers, love. What, on my show, Liz? Pack it in. Sure you will, Pamela. Yeah. I just think, Tina, you really, it's given you an oomph to get back doing the things that you were doing before. It's really been working well for you. So there's not much, I don't feel much negativity around you at all. I'm not getting anything that I feel I want to warn you about. I just really feel you are coming along in leaps and bounds. Thank you, you're spot on. SPTV put me back on track, and I'm most definitely, I just feel that you are really escalating. You know, a bit like my smoking alarm was there. I feel like you are just going really forward now. You're embracing this and enjoying every minute of it. And well done you. And well done SPTV. See, Richard, want to give up? Can't give up, because people like Tina have got back. If I said fat, like, come on. I'm the one with the AirPod in my ear. Listen, yeah, I just think, Tina, it's brilliant, and that's all I can get from that card for you. You are just on such a journey. In fact, you'll be on here. You'll be on here when we've really got the viewers coming on YouTube. You'll be on here and you will be doing stuff yourself, because there's something about you, Tina. I just can't put my finger on it at the moment, but there's just this massive, bright aura light around you. So well done you, and well done SPTV for getting the viewers like Tina back on track and enjoying their spiritual journey. It is amazing, Shona. It is totally amazing. Right, who else did we have? Right, let's do Ron. Okay, let's have Rhonda. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. B. Lovely photograph. Right, can you find Rhonda? What did Rhonda want? Did Rhonda ask a question, or just Rhonda just want a card? Oh, right, Rhonda, you just want a card. Right, obstacles and challenges I've got. Thank you so much for encouragement. You're welcome, Tina. You wait. You'll be outdoing me. You'll be taking all my views that I've lost. All the viewers I've lost from Facebook. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm only joking, Richard. I'm only joking. See, he thinks I'm moaning. I didn't care when I first come on here. I will do this in a minute. Don't worry, Wanda. When I first came on here back in April, Richard was trying to say, "Come on, you can do it." I didn't want to do it because I really am quite an old-fashioned psychic. I like to just see people, keep myself to myself, and I'm not one to be out in the public. Now she's on YouTube, she says. But you know, it's quite hard for me because I like to see people. I like to be with people, and that's why COVID for me was hard, because I felt my work was just shut down because I couldn't see them. And then I had to get on this new way of thinking. People contacted me asking for online readings, and I thought, we're going to have to do it, you know, Jane, whether you like it or not. Otherwise, you're not helping people. So when I joke about things on it, it's because I am old school. I'm, you know, in my nearly mid-50s, and I am very old-fashioned with the way I do things. So when everyone goes, "Oh, you look on Facebook for stuff," well, you know, I've been around a lot longer than Facebook, and yeah, all the mediums didn't have it before, so it's quite insulting sometimes. But I never get the techno, so I don't really care who watches me, if I'm truthful. This is just weird on YouTube because the format's different and it takes a bit of getting used to. So in a way, it's took me back to my very first show when I was obviously very nervous and a little bit stiff, and I had Richard in my ear telling me off for doing things I shouldn't have been doing. It takes practice to do it. So hopefully, if we stay on YouTube, I'll be more relaxed and get used to talking to myself. But anyway, yeah, you missed me. I didn't miss you, Neelam. You're next. You're next, Neelam. Don't worry. I'm just going to do Rhonda. Rhonda, you've got obstacles and challenges, number 5. So yeah, I'm trying not to miss anyone, Neelam, but you are definitely next. Wendy, it's good for us to share before coming on live shows, help people to find your YouTube. Yeah, it is good, Wendy, but hello to all. Hi, Libra, Cups 23. So yeah, if you've got that up, Richard, obstacles and challenges for Rhonda, I think you'll do. Number 5. Thank you, Rhonda. I haven't done your card yet. You might not. No, only joking. Only joking. Don't be bothered by the obstacle and challenges bit. It always looks a bit. I always think people look at it, well, that looks hard, but actually, it's showing again. It's got some lovely orbs, spiritual beings, as I call them, around the person. There's a bird. If you can just get in on the screen enough, there's a bird on that sort of plank of wood they're walking out on. And birds are very spiritual, and you know that they're about wings and taking flight. So it's all about taking a leap of faith and doing something. And obviously, right at the bottom, you can see blue, which is like a river, which may look scary if you fall, but it's all about speaking your truth and being more honest with yourself. So for me, obstacles and challenges is showing that and we've talked about this with other people today as well, it's about getting those blockages out of the way, getting anything out of the way that you are putting there or you feel is there that doesn't need to be there. We do it mentally sometimes, or we see something in the physical that's going to stop us, but actually it's not. When we think it through and actually just take a deep breath, we realise it's nothing that we can't get past. So as soon as I look at that, I feel for you, Rhonda, there's been a couple of things going on actually lately. I get a feeling there's been two things going on, and you've been trying to almost piece them together. They're not actually connected, but it's like you've been trying to work both out at the same time, and that can get a little bit confusing because that's where we can't actually find a solution or pass it. So for me, I just feel like I want to say with that card, I always say it, go back to basics, just strip it back a little bit and only deal with one problem at a time, because I feel there's two things. They're nothing, I don't even feel they're that major. I'm not getting anything really negative around it. I just feel that you need to just go back and deal with one at a time, and you will see it works better that way, because they're not really connected, although I feel like you're trying to connect them. And don't allow those minor challenges to stop you progressing either. Again, we've talked about people progressing, people feeling they can't focus, people feeling that my mum died recently, trying to come to terms with it. Okay, so is there something going on with the family as well then? Because I just feel I mean, I said about the orbs of spirits, so please feel, you must always remember they are always around you. So those spirits, I just feel that you've done, I mean, coming to terms with any death is hard and there's no time span on it, but I just feel there's something else going on and it's affecting you. So maybe it's just stopping you grieving in the way you want to. So I don't know if there's a family issue going on that's come up since mum's died, but I just feel like, for me, on that card, I want you to step over that broken bit and go to the other side. And it's almost like, don't get involved in what's going on because you need this time to yourself. So let me know, Rhonda. I'm not getting mum around me. That's not a bad thing. Spirit, I would say spirit choose who they want to come through. I mean, I got somebody's great granddad earlier on, and she didn't even want to speak to him. So I'm joking. So don't take that to heart that I haven't picked mum up, because I did get the orbs and the spirits around you. So don't for 1 minute think mum isn't around you, but she hasn't chose to come through me. That's how I always put it. And that's her choice, and she's perfectly within her right to do that. I just feel that the warning, and maybe that is mum giving that, was a problem in the family for, okay, mum wants you to move on with that. Don't allow that. I want you as well. I want you to step over that broken bit and move on, because I feel that is not needed in your life at this precise moment. Grief is personal and it's individual how long that takes to deal with, and I think that's your main concentration at the moment. But also remember, when I said earlier on, we must continue our lives because we only get one life, and we need to continue that and live that to the best of our ability, because our loved ones in spirit want us to do that as well. They don't want us to be unhappy. So much love to you, Rhonda, and mum's love. And remember, she is with you. And whatever the problem was before this happened, please don't allow it to taint your grieving period, because I just felt those two things were not gelling together properly, and I don't want them to. I want you to step over that bit of wood. So I hope that makes sense to you, Rhonda. Much love to you, and you take good care of yourself and look after yourself during this period. Okay, Neelam, who thought I'd forgot him. Sorry. Yeah, it's because it's automatically not seeing a picture. Thank you. You're welcome, Rhonda. Just, sometimes we don't need to get involved in other things when we're grieving. Any message from me, Neelam? Right, here we go, Neelam. Let's see what we can get for you. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why the alarm was going off. I will try. Rhonda, you can only live day to day when you're going through grief. Take it from me. I lost my dad 3 years ago. It's very hard. especially when it's a parent. You can only deal with each day at a time, and it's even harder for siblings or other family members because everyone deals and reacts differently. Neelam, I've got for you, I feel like the cards aren't shuffling properly. I've got discontentment and boredom, number 4. Again, I want to laugh, but I do laugh at myself. It's the only way I get on. I felt like that was you waiting for me. I felt like you were discontent and bored because you were waiting for me to pick you. So apologies if I was getting on your nerves not picking you. For you, it's the strangest thing. I've just got, why does your mind boggle, Wendy? You have to let us know that. I just got a baker. I've got a baker. Hugs to Wendy or me. Just I don't know why. I've just turned it over and I've got some form of baker. I can see someone baking. I don't even want to say it's bread. In particular, it's like a baker, a proper baker in a bakery. I don't know what that means and where that's come from because I keep getting someone doing kneading. So whether that's your job, because I feel like it's someone showing me something, not necessarily you doing it, but I've got someone kneading bread, but it's not normal bread. I can't explain it. I have made bread, but it's horrendous. I can bake beautiful cakes, but do not ask me to bake bread. Your smoke alarm is not going off now since you finished reading for me. Well, Pamela, can you not do that? I've got enough interference in my show. I'm trying to get used to YouTube, and now you're setting me off with the smoke alarm. No, I don't know why it did that. There's nothing. I can't believe this. I have got stew on low, but it's certainly not burning. So everyone, check your smoke alarms when you get off. Maybe it's a warning to you all to make sure your batteries are all right. But yeah, Neelam, let me know if that bakery makes any sense to you. It's a weird bread and I'm kneading it and I don't know why I'm kneading it. Don't feel like you're doing it. I feel like you're watching somebody do it. So whether that's a childhood memory I'm picking up. Discontentment and boredom can mean so many things in these cards. My tenant is a baker. Is he bringing you home bread? Is she? Is he? She? I don't want to say he. I want to say you're. I've got he on the brain here. It's probably talking about Emma's wedding earlier on. I don't know if he's bringing you home bread or she's bringing her own bread, but I really do feel this bread's quite prominent at the moment. I love the smell of bread, actually, but it's unusual bread. So I don't know if he's been trying something out and bringing it home or whether it's soda. Is it soda bread or whatever it's called? But yeah, but for you, I feel like you need something to boost you up at the moment. I do feel you need a new yummy. I've got dumplings in my stew. Yes, I cheated though, and I had to buy frozen because I didn't have anything to mix it with. That's the joys of not doing your own shopping, Wendy, when you're like this. I just feel at the moment you need a little change of direction. You are actually bored. There's something going on that's you need something new. You need an activity, and it's weird as well because along with your tenant baking, I do feel that you you're quite an outdoors. I feel like I want to be outdoors. There's some sort of activity that you do outdoors or you would like to do. So I feel that you need some challenges at the moment. You're in a little bit of a I don't know what to do with myself moment. I wouldn't say your life's an unhappy life. I feel that it is a boredom thing. You need a challenge. You need something to relight that in you. Yes, I'm having hard times. Well, is it because you're not just focusing on what you need? Because I just feel it's not. It's something more. It is boredom. It is more about finding something to relight that fire inside you. Back to my smoke alarm, maybe. But that's what I'm getting. I feel like you need something to put some passion back inside and give you something to focus on. Maybe go and learn bakery with your tenant and bring the bread home. I don't know because I lost my dad recently and okay, right, sorry. I'm really not picking up these loved ones today then, am I? And I do apologise for that. We'll go to Jane for dinner. Yeah, feel free, come to me. You can dish mine up because it's really hard carrying it with one hand. Neelam, I'm sorry that you've lost your dad and that responsibilities are on you, and that is tough. Sometimes there's always one in the family that has to bear that brunt, and it's not always the oldest either. It could be just the one that comes across the most sensiblest or the one that just is good at organising things and sorting things out, and that is tough. But that discontentment, I still get a feeling that you need something for yourself. I just really am quite strong that that you need to be doing something for yourself. because it's your outlet, it's your way of doing things. So don't, it's easy to say if you're taking on responsibilities and sorting out stuff at the moment that don't get discontent. Of course you're discontent, you've just lost a loved one, and that's enough for anyone to ask why and feel left alone and stuff like that. But I just feel it's funny because in that card I said it earlier that feeling of walking away, and you've just said I'm overwhelmed with everything. So sometimes I feel that there is that, oh look, you lot sort it out, I'm done, I don't want to sort this out. But you know, sometimes we have to do it because it actually helps us grieve, it helps us become stronger. But there's a process here for you, and it's not just grieving, there's something else going on with you, and I feel that quite strongly. So do this process as hard as it is, because there's something the other side for you. I feel like you've got to move forward with something and change something. Is there a family business? Because I'm also getting I love a casserole. I'm getting a family business around you, and I don't know whether that's something that as well. But there's something you need. Go through this process, but there's something for you the other side, and this is for you. This is not for everybody else. I feel that you need to do something or break away from something, break out of something. That's how I feel like I want to break out of something. So Neelam, let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if there's a family business around you. But also, I'm pushing myself to everything. It's hard. Yeah. But do what has to be done. Don't do what everyone else expects you to do. And also find time for you as well. But sometimes that helps the grieving when people take control and get on with it. I'm handling Dad's work. Okay, so that's obviously strain as well. Okay, but whether you're going to take this business to a different level, to a different angle, or revamp it and change it, because I do see changes, and it's not something that you would normally do, bear that in mind. But do this grieving, do this process, because that will be the other side, and it's not yet. Like I've said with all the other stuff, we sometimes only can focus day to day, and when you're grieving, you do have to focus day to day. Use this time to grieve and get through this, but also look at a positive. As sad as that is, there is something coming for you. There is something big coming for you, Neelam, and you'll see that once you've got this all on board. Because I feel like the paperwork's up in the air at the moment. I feel like I've got a desk in front of me, and it's not. There's a lot of unfinished business going on, or unfinished invoices. That's what I'm getting in front of you. So I hope that makes sense. Try and stay positive, which is easier said than done. It's easy for me to say that, but please, you know, grieve as well, and don't let everybody else put on you. You will get through this, Neelam, I promise you, and there is something coming for you the other side. And I don't mean the other side as well, I mean when you get past this, there is something coming to you to change your life and put a little bit of fire back inside you, because I just feel that's been extinguished at the moment. Don't get me talking about smoke alarm again. Hope that makes sense, Neelam, and much love to you. So my deepest sympathy. We've had a couple of people obviously say they've lost their parents, and like I said, I've lost my dad, and I do know how hard that is. And unfortunately, we all take different roles in how we do that and deal with that as well. A lot of paperwork. Yeah, I feel it's a little bit untidy, as in it's not well organised, and that's obviously stressing you. But don't be stressed. Find your own system. Don't try and follow somebody else's. That advice is coming in quite strong, and I'm getting that through my ear. So someone's saying, do it your way now. Don't do it the old way, if that makes sense. Okay, much love to you, Neelam, and take care of yourself. Okay. Tonight, people, if we've still found YouTube and we know where we all are, we have got nothing, because the producers forgot to put it up. It's Live with Spirit. I know that much. 8 o'clock tonight, Live with Spirit, and it's with Lisa Strain. Now, hopefully, now it is. She's messaged me back. So Lisa Strain is a great medium, and she's also my friend. So yes, you will be in for a treat, people. So please tune in and find Lisa at 8 p.m. British time tonight. on YouTube, yeah, not Facebook. Lisa has messaged me back, Richard, so I will sort that out with you afterwards. So you are all right. She's still on for tonight. So please tune in, everyone. Tomorrow we got the lovely Bill Hughes with his Collective Consciousness at 8 p.m. UK time on YouTube. Sorry it's coming up with the Facebook lingo, but as we all know, we've all been trying to convert ourselves. So yeah, so you've got lovely Bill. So 2 fantastic shows at 8 p.m. if you've sat down, got your tea, or like me, with the stew done. So please tune in. And that is me done, I think, isn't it, Mr. Producer? I don't think I've left anyone. Have I left anyone out? Don't want to... Okay. Oh, okay. Well, it was a different show. Oh, before I do go, but not that we've got everyone tuned in. On my last show, we were talking about how to come out and be a psychic. It does make you sound out, but how people said they struggled telling people, and I actually, Pamela, is still coming back in my head, Pamela, about explaining to people that you were a psychic or working spiritually, and how they got mocked by friends and family, and really did struggle to actually come out and say I'm psychic. And I said I'd been there, done that, knew what that felt like, and also for years kept suppressing what I knew I could do because I was trying to fit in with everybody else. And last week I purchased this book, and the only reason I'm showing you is because it's a great read for people that want to realise that you're not the only one, but also my lovely friend and mentor has wrote her own story in it, and it is called Reluctantly Psychic, and it was produced in 16 days during COVID, believe it or not. And my friend Neshla Avey has got her story in there. She was a great mentor for me and pushed me to come out and do this professionally, and is a great supporter of any work I do. And I really do appreciate everything she's done for me. So anyone that does want a little read, it's an easy read, and it's really quite interesting because sometimes I was reading stuff thinking, God, that's almost come out of my own words, come out of my own mouth. So it shows that there's a lot of us out there, or were out there and still are, that really did struggle opening up and letting people know their psychic or spiritual ability. So I just want to say it's an easy read. It's well worth it. I think you can get it on Amazon. It's $14.99, something like that. I can't, but yeah, it's worth a read. And I know it came up in the last show, and I just wanted to show that to people and just say, don't be ashamed of what you do, but you will grow on your path to start letting people know that. So that's me done for another fortnight. Hopefully the smoke alarm is all right. I'll go and check that now if I can reach it on one leg and a Zimmer frame. But yeah, please do go over to my Facebook page if you want to have a look and see what I do and whatever else. And please join in tonight and see Lisa live at 8 p.m. UK time on YouTube. And thank you everyone that struggled to find us and got there in the end. Much love to you all, and take care. See you in a fortnight. I think it is, Pam. Sorry, I bought it direct from my friend Neshla, so I can check that and put it up. Oh, can we put messages up? Because obviously on Facebook we used to put things up, didn't we, after the show? But I can check. I bought it direct from her, which you could look up Neshla. She's got her own website, Neshla Avey. I bought it from her because obviously she's got a story in it. But the author is Alison Ward. I say Concept Created. So it's Alison Ward. Apparently she's done many books. She was a clinical psychiatrist or someone in the NHS, and she's obviously been on her own spiritual journey. So have a look. But I'm sure I was told it's on Amazon. I'm sure that's where it is, because Alison Ward has got other books on Amazon. I think I've seen them, about Finding Angels and stuff like that. But it's just such an easy read, and it was so weird. It fell in my lap after the show, and I thought, oh God, this would have been so ideal for those people that said they struggle admitting to people what they do. And I said that is a hurdle that you do get past, but that book would certainly help anyone that was struggling, because you'd feel you weren't alone. And that's what this show's all about. All the shows are about making sure you don't feel you're alone, and that if we can direct you in the right way, I wouldn't normally publicise somebody else, but like I said, Neshla is a great friend and mentor, and her story's in there as well. So yeah, I hope it is on there, Pamela, but look Alison Ward up. So yes, good luck, everybody. Pamela, with your mediumship course. And yeah, see you in a fortnight, people. Thank you for tuning in.